Hey, world, what's up? What's happening, man? Welcome to another episode of A Minute with Miles, where we focus on positivity, progress, and power. So, today we're going to be talking about hidden blessings. Yeah, that's right. Hidden blessings. Blessings that you don't really know are blessings at the time when the shit happens, right? So the thing that I've noticed to be a theme with my life personally is that every time I go through something that seems like it's bad, seems like it's terrible, seems like, the difficulty might even be insurmountable, right? It's always right before something fantastic happens for me in my life, right? And that's the thing that I want everybody to understand and get a grasp on, right? The concept that it's never always going to be like that, right? Whatever it is that you're going through, if you are in a good spot, it's not always going to be like that. If you're going through a bad spot, it's not always going to be like that. Like they say, right? The pastors say, you either in a storm, on your way into a storm, or just getting through a storm, right? There's always some action happening just because that's just life. It's just ebbs and flows, right? But the thing that y'all got to remember is that a lot of times God will test you, right? He will test your patience. He will test your faith. It says in the Bible that without faith, it is absolutely impossible to please God, meaning that all you have to do is believe. All you have to do is believe. It don't matter, how tough it gets. It don't matter what your circumstances might look like. If you believe that God will solve the problem and get everything all right for you, you can make God happy with just that, right? There's another story in the Bible. I quote the Bible loosely, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the Bible through and through. I have not read the whole thing. I don't even think I read enough of it to even, be proud of myself for reading it, right? I know the Bible just from listening to sermons and other different little church things and things like that, right? But there was a story. I don't remember the individual's name, but somebody in there, this dude was a criminal, a crook, something, I don't know. But God counted him as righteous just because he had faith, right? Just because he believed in God, just because he trusted God, just because he knew that God was going to get him through and work everything out. That's why God loved him and counted him as righteous, even though he did not deserve it. He gave him grace and mercy, right? So what I'm trying to explain to y'all is, man, when things get tough, bruh, because they gonna get tough, they gonna get difficult. It's going to seem like, the odds are stacked up against you. You have absolutely no way through this situation, right? It's usually right before something fantastic happens, right? So I talk about, you know what I'm saying, the time when I was homeless, and then 6 months later I had a whole lot of money and I bought some real estate, sold some real estate and all this and that, right? I do that on the simple fact that that was probably one of the roughest times in my life. You know what I'm saying? Probably top 3 for sure, right? And in that time period, I was like, bruh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. I need to go ahead and throw in the towel, man. I need to move in with moms and just be like, fuck, I can't do it. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to flop. And I didn't do that. I kept having faith. I kept believing. I kept trusting. I kept thinking that God was going to get me through. And not only did he get me through, he got me through exceedingly abundantly more than what I had even expected or what I even had prayed for. See, the thing is, we don't even know what we need, right? We know what we want, but God knows what we need, right? So when you're in a situation to where it seems like everything is all, piled up against you, bro, that's the time when you really need to lock in. That's the time when you keep going to the gym. That's the time when you work harder at whatever that you're working at. That's the time when you go and you put extra effort in keeping a level head and not being easily distracted and being easily discouraged and being easily frustrated. Because, man, I promise you, right over that hump, man, it's going to be a blessing that you was not expecting. It's going to be something fantastic that you didn't even know that you wanted or that you needed, right? So I just want to encourage y'all really with this video, man. Hey, I know how it is, bro. I know how it is, right? Like I mentioned, having money a lot, right? But the reason why I appreciate having money is because I've had a lot of situations and circumstances where not only did I not have money, I didn't have the bare necessities. I didn't have a roof over my head. I didn't have clean clothes to wear. I didn't have food to eat. You know what I'm saying? And it's very possible to get in a rut. Right. It's very easy to get in a rut of just like acceptance, right? Like, man, this is it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to get no better. I done did everything that I can, blah, 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 whatever the case, right? But right at the hair of that, right at the very end of that line, the end of that rope, right when you just like, man, I'm throwing my hands up. I can't do nothing about this. I'm fucked up. It's over. It's bad. That's when God swoop in every single time, man. So if you are in a situation that you don't want to be in, your living situation ain't cool. You don't have a car. You don't have a job. You don't have money coming in at all. You can't afford food. You can't afford the clothes that you want. You can't afford certain luxuries that you once had, right? Man, listen, bro, this is the test. This is the test, my brother. This is the test right before it all gets good for you again, man. It cannot stay bad forever. It's impossible, right? Life is about seasons, ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be times like that. When them old cats, some cool ass OGs, you say, what's happening, OG? Oh, man, ain't nothing, man. Sometimes me, sometimes you. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is, man. Some days, like in the Bible again, right? They said, they were speaking about Jesus, and Jesus said one day they screaming Hosanna. The next day they saying crucify him. That's showing, man, Jesus was the only perfect man to ever walk this earth. And he went through the same type of ebbs and flows. In one breath, they saying he's the Messiah. He's God. He's this, he's that. And in the very next moment, they talking about it's all bad. We on, bruh. You see what I'm saying? But he made it through. You see what I'm saying? So don't ever, ever, ever get to the point to where you just really tap out completely, man. Like, I'm done. It's a wrap, man. That's what the enemy wants you to do. That's what your haters want you to do. That's what everybody that's doubting you wants you to do. And you got to have enough faith and you got to have enough belief to keep going and keep striving and keep trying and keep putting your best foot forward and keep putting that effort towards whatever it is that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It takes years to become successful. It don't matter what your industry is. You could be trying to be a real estate investor. You could be trying to be a musician. You could be trying to be a painter. You could be trying to be a lawyer, whatever the case it is. Anything that's of significance is going to take time to get there. And throughout those times, it's going to be times to where you feel like you should just quit. And that's the thing that separates the people that have the life that they want versus the people that are sitting around talking about it. You got it in you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't come this far just to come this far. Why would you start if you wasn't going to finish? There's absolutely no point in tapping out right now, bro. You so close. And a lot of people give up when they're close to the goal just because they can't handle that one moment. And it might even be a couple of moments, but that one feeling, right? That feeling of being like, man, I can't do shit for myself. It's all bad, bro. Listen, this is a true story, man. I remember a time, man, back in, I think it was like 2018 or something, right? I'm riding around the car with my daughter, right? And then we see a McDonald's. And my daughter, she was little at the time. She was like, Daddy, Happy Meal? Can I get Happy Meal? And I was like, nah, baby, we gonna cook something at home. I got something real good, man. We gonna eat at home. It's gonna be delicious, blah, 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 whatever. Trying to hype it up or whatever, right? The whole thing is, my nigga, I didn't have $6 in my pocket for a motherfucking Happy Meal for my child. You know what I'm saying? She's small. She in the back seat, man. But I like to wanted to cry in that very moment, right? And at that time, I was like, man, everything that I'm trying to do, is it even worth it? Nigga, you can't even afford a motherfucking cheeseburger Happy Meal for your child. And you sitting up talking about all these things that you're going to accomplish. And God, you know, you one of God's favorites and this, that, and the third. And looking at my life, shit, I can't tell. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell. How the fuck am I special? How am I favorite right now, man? When I just put my last $6 or $7 in the gas tank and I ain't got another $6 or $7 to buy my daughter a cheeseburger, right? But after that time, it was more hard times. That was just one story, right? But after that time and after some more hard times and some more difficulties and some more trouble and some more problems and some more wanting to give up, man, a light shined at the end of the tunnel, man. So there's usually a blessing hidden in your turmoil. There's usually a blessing hidden in your pain. There's usually a blessing hidden in your loss, right? You're going to experience the losses, but what you do about it will determine who you are, what you got in you, and what kind of future you got in front of you. Everybody gonna go through different shit, but the difference between the people that got it and people that don't is the people that got it, when they went through the shit, they looked at it as an opportunity. There is a silver lining of positivity in every single thing that you go through, right? So how I would think about it when I was homeless, how I would rationalize it, I'd be like, okay, I'm working doing DoorDash. I'm not making a whole lot of money, but on the bright side, man, I ain't got no PG&E bill because I ain't got nowhere to live. I ain't got no, grocery bill because I ain't got nowhere to live. I ain't got to pay no rent because I ain't got nowhere to live. The only money I got to come up with is to put gas in my car. You know what I'm saying? And then by thinking like that, by having the mindset of just being like, yo, this seems bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to find the positive in it. I was able to stack up. And even before that honey came, nigga, I went and bought a BMW. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, listen, every time something seems like it's a loss, if a relationship, goes under, if you fall out with your partner, if you fall out with your family members, if you lose your job, if you lose your money, if you make a bad investment, bro, there's something good in that for you, bro. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you there's absolutely something good and something positive in that for you. You just got to believe it. You got to believe that God wouldn't have you going through it for nothing. And you got to have faith, and you got to have the determination to keep going, bro. That's all it is, man. So, yeah, man, I'm just, I'm going to go ahead and hop off my soapbox real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is A Minute with Miles. We focus on positivity, progress, and power. Join the Improvement Institution coming soon.